it was bound to happen sometime. Well, now, this is a Dashound review. If you stick around and learn something new, my drifts are beyond what you can do. Maybe it's because I have 2,000 hours in GTA 2. Is there a more iconic image than a Dashound coach broken down on the side of the road in some armpit of the Midwest? Own a true slice of Americana, and then put a stripper pole and turn into a party bus. I'm finally doing a bus review, and it's one of my favorites. Yes, I know, a guy like me who likes sports cars and shitty Honda Civics likes a mundane vehicle like a coach bus. The thing is, a lot of these reviews also help me learn a lot of real life stuff about the vehicles that they're based on, and about automobiles in general. So every new video, I literally learn something new. I'm not going to talk much about the customization because there is none. Not even different colors or unique liveries, just one color. Just like the Savage, however, the Dashound appears to have no manufacturer linked to its name. If I had to guess, however, I'd say Brute makes the Dashound, as they make practically every other bus and heavy commercial vehicle in the lore of Grand Theft Auto. Also, if you hadn't figured out already, Dashound is clearly a joke about Greyhound, but instead they use a wiener dog for some reason, because penis jokes, I guess? While GTA 5 is the Dashound's first appearance, I'm going to say it's obviously the successor to the Coach from the older games. The Coach has had a long-standing history in the series, starting all the way back in the 2D era of Grand Theft Auto. However, I'll only be covering the 3D and HD era. The Coach started off, as you expect, in Grand Theft Auto 3, designed most resembling a Motor Coach Industries J or E series, very similar to the modern Dashound we have right now. The design also remained the same in its prequel, Grand Theft Auto LCS. In San Andreas, VCS, and Vice City, the Coach looked more like an old MCID series from the mid-80s and early 90s. And as far as GTA 4 goes, there was a Coach, but it was only featured in an ad for Higgins Helitours, as I will show right now.
Why take smoggy, smelly, germ-filled bus tours? That's no way to see the world. With Higgins Helicopter Tours, you'll experience the real Liberty City in ways you never thought possible. Enjoy our fun-filled, relaxing bridge tour. But our tours aren't just above ground. Enjoy the man-made beauty of one of Liberty City's incredible underground road tunnels. See Star Junction the way the celebrities do, high as a kite and wobbling all over the place. All of our pilots are tested thoroughly for drinking and drug abuse, but everyone likes to let their hair down once in a while. Higgins Helicopter Tours, a fun, safe adventure in the sky that you and your family will never forget. Ah!
God, that commercial is pretty funny. From what little footage I could see, it very closely resembles a similar design to the GTA 3 model, albeit with a bit less windows. For what info I gather, the Higgins Helitour ad used in GTA 4 was actually beta footage, hence why the Maverick helicopters featured in the ad only have 2 rotors rather than the regular 4. Onward to GTA 5 and the Dashound. It closely resembles a Motor Coach Industries E-Series bus, which are still in service today. I actually did a bit of digging about the real-life coach it was based on, and the E-Series bus could be fitted with either a Detroit Diesel Series 60, which was a 12.7-liter inline-6 making around 435 horsepower, or a Caterpillar C13, which was also an inline-6 with 12.5 liters of displacement, making between 380 and 430 horsepower. The E-Series had a choice of 3 different transmissions, all of them automatic, obviously, and all of them containing 6 forward gears. This, of course, is a great segue to my next subject, the Dashound's engine. According to the in-game model we see here, is a double overhead cam, turbocharged inline 4. Now obviously, the Dashound is a diesel, but I've never heard of a bus with a turbocharged 4-banger diesel. Those usually belong to small pickups and don't provide much displacement, usually between 2.5 and 3 liters. I'll give Roger some slack here though. Most people probably aren't even meant to see this. And yet, here we are. Surprisingly, for a 4-cylinder diesel, it has quite a bit of torque in some aspects, but it's definitely lacking in the acceleration department. This is to be expected, of course, for a large, heavy vehicle. It takes about 12 seconds to reach 60, and the fastest I got it to go was about 75. I also noticed that as soon as the bus reached final gear, the torque just stopped. I also find it odd that such a large, heavy vehicle would only feature a 4-speed transmission. First and second gear are incredibly short, as I'm to assume it is to help with acceleration, while third gear is very, very long. As you can imagine, the handling is not great. It's very top heavy, has a turning radius of a cruise ship, and sometimes can barely keep up with heavy highway traffic. I had to use my mod menu to disable NPC traffic to get a good idea of how this thing handled on the back roads. And as you saw in the beginning, I even tried to power slide it, and I was pleasantly surprised. It takes a bit of time to get up to speed, but the thing has enough torque to somewhat remain in the power band for a bit. Another thing that probably helps is the drivetrain. All 4 wheels on the back of the bus are able to move the bus forward, technically making this thing a 4-wheel drive vehicle, although don't expect it will handle good off-road. Being a bus, of course, this thing can haul a lot of people. Funnily enough, even though this is technically larger than the standard bus, the Dashound can only carry 10 people, while the regular bus can carry 16. I attempted to show off its superior seating capacity with NPC bodyguards, but it didn't quite work how I wanted it to, unfortunately. Just like with the Moonbeam, due to the Dashbound's seating capacity, you could technically use it as an improvised drive-by vehicle, but I wouldn't recommend it due to the low acceleration and piss-poor turning radius. What this thing is good for is ramming. Due to the vehicle's size and heavy weight, this thing can take quite a beating. One thing I do hate about it though is the sheer fragility of the front windscreen. Due to the way the windshield is in place and its design, just tapping a car in front of you will cause it to shatter. One thing I also want to note, I love the design for the seats of the Dashound. It kind of reminds me of like any coach bus ever, like that kind of like 90s style design. I don't know why, it just looks really cool. So I add a little side note there. Well, there you have it. The 1998 Dashound coach bus. It may not serve any practical use anymore in GT Online, but I sure had a lot of fun reviewing it. Well, there you go. The Dashound bus. This is off my script now. I had a lot of fun with this review, actually. I remember driving this bus a lot in GT Online. Mostly, I tried to roleplay as a bus driver, and I was like, hey guys, get on my bus, please. I'm giving free bus rides, you know. I prefer this bus over the regular bus because, well, it has a bit better acceleration. However, the regular bus has all-wheel drive rather than rear-wheel drive, but I'll probably review that bus sometime in the future, so. I know this is a bit different than my regular videos, but I just thought I'd add it. Thought it'd be cool. And I thought it'd give me a good excuse to do some sick drifts, yo, with the bus, so. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys soon. Peace out. Bye-bye.